Was I wrong? How could that be? Oh, whatever. Hey everybody, welcome to Thursday Thermal Takes, the show where we whisper to you the hottest of takes on the most Aharen-san of Thursdays. Today we'll be following up on an episode I made a month and a half back involving Aharen-san and just my general takes on that, my hot Thursday Thermal Takes and all that. Maybe I may have made a bit of a mistake. Who knows? We'll get to that in this video. No spoilers yet. But before we get into all that, please do be sure to like and subscribe to the video. It definitely helps me a lot with the algorithms. Also, be sure to follow me at twitter.com/proantagonist2, where you can get my future updates and all the different things for this channel because I can't do community posts yet. So last month I made an episode about Aharen is Indecipherable, one of the new anime last season. It was pretty good, very nice, very wholesome. I loved it a lot. It was my favorite anime that I was watching at the time. I only made it about the 6 episode mark out of 12, so I've only actually, at that point, I had only watched half the season. And I had made some comments about it and said some things that I feel like may be a little bit in need of an update. Maybe I've made a mistake, but before we get into the rest of the video, I'm going to put a general spoiler warning on. If you haven't seen the anime, you're gonna get spoiled. I would recommend you go and watch Aharen, watch my video, and then watch this video. So in my last video, I had said that Aharen is a very wholesome anime, but I didn't really recognize any sort of romantic subtext or subplot or anything like that. It just seemed like an incredibly wholesome friendship. And then either that week or the week following, the episode that came out ended with sort of the romantic subtext that I had been lacking in the series. Aharen holds Raido's hand and does other stuff, has a moment with the fireworks and all sorts of like those sort of maybe cliche moments, but put into a way that really kind of work with Aharen being who she is. It had become clear at the 2/3 point of the anime that Aharen had been developing significant feelings for Raido, but wasn't really super able to communicate them. Obviously, if you're like a high schooler, you have a crush on someone, you're developing that sort of feeling, it's difficult to sort of express that. But I think it wasn't just a crush. I think that realistically, Aharen was sort of having the more, like, I don't want to say wholesome, but it's hard to describe this anime without the word wholesome. That has to be on the banned words list. Editor Chan, please make a banned words list where there's certain things I can't say. Aharen's developing a more general romantic feelings for Raido, but at the same time she's Aharen and can't really communicate them very well and it's just generally awkward. And Raido is basically her best friend, so it's very, very difficult at that point. But she's kind of a champ. About like episode 10 or 11, she ends up confessing her feelings to Raido. It gets pretty intense because you don't really know what happened as a result of that until the finale. Essentially, my theory got obliterated, except for one aspect. I think that it is actually a sort of wholesome anime. I know that's a banned word, and I already broke that rule, but it is a wholesome anime with a friendship that is very nice. The romance part of the anime isn't apparent in season 1. It isn't about romance, it's about a friendship that develops into a romantic relationship. And I think that there may be some nuance to that. I think that it's a little bit different than the general rom-com anime. My fellow weebs, this is what happens when you start making predictions about things that already have source material. And this is why you should read more manga. My theory is destroyed, but it is not dead forever. We're going to have many more theories, and we're going to have many more things that come out where I completely fall flat on my face in a general prediction or a take on something. But yeah, all spoilers withstanding, this was a very good anime. Definitely watch, 100% 10 out of 10. I gave it a 9 out of 10 on Mal, and usually when I do that, I'm considering an anime that I would rank anywhere from the digits of 8.50 repeating all the way up to 9.49 repeating. That is what I consider a 9 out of 10, and this definitely falls into that category. Definitely 100% recommend watch, 10 out of 10. They're supposed to have a second season, and it's kind of weird because based on spoilery things I said earlier on, I'm not really sure that there's a need, but honestly, I'm happy to go through with it because second season of this, great fun, regardless of what happens. Definitely worth your time to watch. One thing I've learned about anime over the last 3 years, watching them all seasonally and all this other stuff, you have a lot of duds, and then you have a lot of like great gems. Like people, you see ads about people going around on Netflix and Hulu, at least I've seen some, where they talk about weird gems that they found and doing all this stuff. Usually what they're talking about is a B movie that they usually actually kind of liked, are kind of afraid to sort of just generally go and list these things because they like the movie, but it's not a very good movie, that kind of stuff. This is the opposite. This is actually a really good anime that I would think that everyone who isn't sort of given the general feeling that they've seen it before, because anime does repeat on itself a lot. There are a lot of tropes that are just kind of like in shonen anime, in romance anime, general paths that they kind of follow that tend to start to get repetitive and all those things. But one thing that we'll be doing on this channel that is going to take a bit of a direction change from where I've been going for a lot of this stuff, but is sort of a better way to get content sort of flowing on a regular basis, making it more relevant. You can only talk about Pokemon and One Piece and the occasional Bleach trailer so much before it gets stale. We're going to have seasonal anime content. That's right. We're going to have anime that are currently airing, that are about to air, that have just finished airing, that I talk about. Seasonal anime doesn't just mean anime that are kind of 12 episode-y. Seasonal anime just means anime that come out in a season. They have a general format. We'll talk about that more later. And for those of you watching this video all the way to the end, thank you for sticking around, because we're going to have content on Saturday that is Seasonal Saturday. Recap of this episode, just in three basic facets. Aharen is wholesome. Wholesome is a banned word. Also, watch anime. Anyway, if you like this video and you'd want to see anything remotely like this in the future, if you have any ideas of what you'd like to see in the future, you have any suggestions, Thursday Thermal Takes is definitely not going away. We're just going to have more content intermingling with it. Just definitely comment down below, give a like and subscribe to the channel. We love that stuff here. Keeps us going, is our fuel for life. Be sure to give me a follow on Twitter if you want to hear any sort of updates or any kind of random shit posting that I'm going to be doing soon. We're going to be doing a lot more with the Twitter because I need more social media interaction. Like, subscribe, comment, definitely give a shout out, definitely give a follow, definitely share. Sharing is caring. We love when you share our videos because, and I say we, because this is sort of a conglomerate project. It's me and a little bit of Editor-san, just all of her flavor everywhere. She's made of candy after all. But anyway, see you next Thursday.